Welcome to the course of compiler design. In the previous session, we discussed static single assignment form of intermediate code. Today, we are going to discuss the control flow graph in the compiler design. You already see that the two different representation of intermediate code, that is linear and non-linear. We completed the linear forms, then already discussed syntax tree and DAG. The last topic is the control flow graph. In the previous session, we discussed about the single static assignment. Then today we are going to see the control flow graph. As we all know, the graph contains the nodes and edges. It's a collection of edges and vertices, or we can say nodes and edges. Here, the nodes are represented by the basic block, and the edges represent the controls. That form the control flow graph. Then the base first comes to the basic block. It contains maximum group of 3 address code instructions where control enter at the first statement and control leaves only at the last statement. It is a set of codes that may be maximum group of 3 address instructions where the control will enter into the first statement and control leave from the last statement. In between that, there is no enter and exit for that particular set of codes. Then we can say that the set of code 3 address code is a basic block. And then come to an example, that is x equal to 2, then y equal to x plus z, and x equal to y plus a. Then if x greater than 100 go to 2, then x is equal to x minus 10. If x equal to greater than 50 go to statement 3, then x equal to x plus x minus 1. Then to identify the lines, we are giving some line numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you can see that this is in 3 address code. This is a three address code. In this set of 3 address code, we are going to form the basic blocks. Here you can say that we can sometimes we can group all the set of statement into one group. So here we are checking whether we can get maximum, and we can include maximum set of instruction in a basic block or not. If it is possible, then we will include that maximum number of instruction 3 address code in a single block. Otherwise, we will split into different block. First of all, by analyzing the code, you can say that there are two go-to statements. That is, if the fourth condition, that is, if x greater than 100, go to statement 2. So we can combine the first instruction, that is x equal to 2 and y equal to x plus z into same block, because whenever the condition if x greater than 100 is satisfied in the fourth statement, then that control of it will go to the to statement 2 only. So we can't combine the first instruction and the second instruction into one single basic block. That is the identification. So we can, otherwise we can say that if a particular statement is a target of some conditional statement or unconditional statement, that will the first statement of the basic block. Here we can combine the first statement and the second statement into a single statement, because the second statement 2 is the target of fourth instruction. So we will first create the separate separate control block for the first statement. Here the control is shown by the arrows. That is, if the particular condition in the fourth statement is satisfied, then the program control will go to 2. If the condition in the sixth statement is satisfied, the program control will go to 3. So we can combine the first instruction and the second instruction into one block, because if the particular condition at the fourth statement is satisfied, the only instruction need to execute is 2. So there is no need. If we compare the first and second block, second instruction into single block, it may execute unwantedly execute the first statement. So we cannot combine one and the first instruction and the second instruction into one group. Also, at the same time, we cannot combine the second statement and the third statement into one group, because if the condition 3 is that the condition at is six instruction is satisfied, the program only go to the statement 3. It is no need to it is no need to execute the statement 2. So we cannot combine the 2 and 3 instruction into single block. So we need different block for the first instruction, second instruction, and the third instruction. Then come to 3 and 4, we can combine it, because there is no need to split the for third and fourth instructions into different forms, because the fourth instruction does not contain this. The fourth condition is not a target of any conditional or unconditional jump statement. We can conclude that if a particular instruction is target of a conditional or unconditional jump, then it may be the first instruction of the basic block. That is, we are identifying the basic block here. Then come to the general conclusion is that the first instruction of a particular set of code is always the first statement of a basic block. That is, a first statement is x equal to 2. That is one first instruction. That is the first statement of a basic block. Then the 2 will become the first statement of another block, because it is a target of a conditional jump. Third statement also become the first statement of a basic block, because it is a target of the sixth statement. So first statement, second statement, and three statement forms different basic blocks. First you will start in the control flow graph. First you will create a node called start node. From that we are appending more basic block to that. So x minus 2 is the first statement. So it will be a particular block. We can combine 2 to it, so we will form it is a target of another conditional jump. So we will assume that it is another basic block, so it will form another basic block. Then to come to the third statement, it is also a start of the address of, or target of final reference of the conditional statement. So it will also form another basic block. So x minus y will leave the first statement of another basic block. Then come to the fourth statement. It is not an final state, so we can combine 3 and 4 into 1. Then come to the fifth statement. We can combine the fifth and fourth statement into one group, because the control of the program will go to after executing the fourth statement, the control of the program is going to the second statement. So it contains an exit from that loop. So from the definition, we say that the basic block contains only one entry and one exit. So we can say that it is also in the we can combine the fourth and fifth statement into one particular block. So we can combine only the third and fourth statement into a block. So we will get x equal to y plus a, and if x greater than 100, go into one group. Then come to the fifth statement. It may be the it is the next instruction, so it will be the first statement of another block. Then we can check is it possible to combine 5 and 6 into one group. Then x equal to x minus return is the first statement of a block, then we are going to check is it possible to combine 5 and 6 into one block. Here you can see that we can combine the 5 and 6 in a particular block. There is no need to split it because the block contains only one entry and one exit. So next, the seventh statement, we can combine 5, 6 and 7. We can combine 5 and 6. We cannot include the seventh statement because the sixth statement contains a jump instruction that is going to the third statement. So we can combine 5, 6, 7 into a single block. We can only combine 5 and 6 into a single block. So the next we can say that the control will go to the second. Then the another statement 5 and 6 can be combined into one new block, that is a basic block. Then the last block is the seventh block. Then there is a stop block also, start and stop block. So this is the basic block for the entire set of 3 address code. We include start and stop addition to the basic blocks. They are not basic blocks. So it contains the basic blocks B1, B2, B3, B4 and B5 as the basic blocks. So the basic block number of basic blocks or nodes, and the total number of nodes is 7, that is including the start and stop node, but the number of basic block is 5, that is B1, B2, B3 and B4 and B5. The number of edges is 8. You can say that, you can count the number, that is total number of edges in this graph is 8, but the controls are 6. We already say that the control flow graph contains nodes as basic block and edges as controls. So the number of edges is 6 here. Total number of edges is 8, but the control links or control edges are 6 only. Without including the edges that connect the start and the first basic block and the last basic block and the stop node. So this is how the basic blocks are created. If a particular instruction is a target, then we will that is the first instruction in the particular basic block. If there is a conditional jump, then that will be the last instruction. Conditional or unconditional jump into the instruction, that will be a last node of that block. Based on that criteria, we are forming the basic blocks. Okay, thank you.